Christmas, my sister gifted me this GoPro Hero 4, and the first thing I thought of is that I need to make a GoPro dog mount harness. And I wanted to show you my tips and trial and error and what I came up with. So before you make your GoPro dog harness, you have to figure out where you want to put it. I've seen someone attach a GoPro to a helmet that goes on the dog's head, and really what I think is the best placement for a camera is right behind the head, because then you could see the ears. The ears on a dog tells you a lot about what it's thinking, you know. So the first prototype I made dealt with this harness that I no longer use. What happened was that because the camera was right on top of his shoulder blades, I noticed his shoulder blades would move like this, up and down, and it would make the camera move from side to side. So I didn't like that. Secondly, because this platform is so small in size, there was also a lot of this movement back and forth. So I figured you have to put the camera in the middle of the dog's back where it's more stable, and you need a longer platform. So I came up with this. It's basically this thunder shirt. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of like, supposed to mimic like swaddling a dog and helping it feel secure. So it's a very tight fit on the dog, which is what you need if you want to reduce the movement of your camera. And then the platform is a flexible piece of plastic. It's basically a tool used to dye your hair. I got it at Sally's Beauty Supply. I attached it to this jacket by first punching 2 holes through the thunder shirt. One hole, which is the hole back here, is just secured using a button and some elastic that I had lying around. And then the most important part is right in the middle, which is a tripod screw. And this in particular is a hot shoe mount adapter. I had an extra one lying around. Of course, you can use a screw. A screw would work fine, just as long as you can screw on this part, which is the GoPro tripod adapter. Let me explain how I did this.
First, I drilled a hole through the plastic platform. Underneath this platform, I placed a rubber washer, then a large flat washer, and finally a spring lock washer. I then screwed in my hot shoe adapter. If you don't have one, a regular bolt will work as well. I placed the bolt through the hole I made in the middle of the thunder shirt and placed another large flat washer on top. I then secured the bolt in place using the circular nut that came with my hot shoe adapter. If you're using a bolt, then just use a regular nut. This whole setup ensures that the bolt will not come loose from the thunder shirt. Now, to make sure the tripod adapter doesn't unscrew itself from the bolt, I made sure to use another spring lock washer. But this time, I placed it between 2 metal flat washers. This was so the lock washer wouldn't damage the tripod adapter or the circular nut. By using lock washers and rubber washers, I induced friction to the mount, which meant nothing would come loose.
If you don't use any lock washers or rubber washers, what I found is that this will tend to spin or this will start to come loose. Honestly, if you just bought a GoPro and you still have that display case, that plastic platform that is meant to be thrown away, that would be great as a platform for your camera. Make sure you have something tight to fix onto your dog. Make sure the platform is long and wide and preferably flexible so your dog isn't uncomfortable. If you're using a tripod mount like I'm doing here, make sure to have plenty of lock washers, flat washers, rubber washers available. Chippy, you want to model this? Okay, so let me show you how this works. Here's the thunder shirt. Here's my GoPro. And now we're recording. This is how it looks like. Yeah. Once you have the GoPro on your dog, you have to make sure that this is tightened because it will move. You can't just hand tighten, you have to screw this in. And there you go. So I honestly believe if you like making videos that involve your dog, you definitely should invest in something like this, a mount for your dog to attach your GoPro, because you get this entirely different perspective of what your dog sees. Next video I want to make deals with this website I found. It's called dognition.com, which tests your dog intelligence. And basically you run your dog through these tests and you're testing like their memory, it's really interesting. I'll be definitely using this GoPro mount when I make that video. Right, Shibby? Yes. All right, so thank you for watching and happy holidays. Bye. And I fed him like that for the longest time, and even though we went on 1 to 2 mile jogs, feathers? Oh, 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 oh! Oh, you wanna get in my lap? What do you want? Scared, it goes back. If it's aware, it goes up. I know, mister. Sit down. So,